Hey guys, how you going? My name is Dom and welcome to your 8th video tutorial on Skeleton. So today we're going to discuss the 5 utility classes that Skeleton provides. And basically these are just small classes that you can use to deal with edge cases in your design that the actual Skeleton layout doesn't provide you with, or they're just typical common things that you might need when developing your website. So we have 5 things here dealing with widths and floating. Okay, so let's go inside this HTML document here and just see an example of each of these utility classes. Okay, so in the HTML we have this right here. Let's just make a container class. Alright, and we'll have just a row inside here, and then just a 12 column layout. So we'll just say here 12 columns. Okay, inside here we're going to put down 2 buttons. We're going to float one to the left and float one to the right. So we can just do this by creating a button. Okay, and we can just say decode for this one, and for the second one we can just say JavaScript. Alright, so saving this will give us this in the browser. Okay, so let's put this one to the right. Okay, so we're going to add the class here of u-pull-right. So that stands for utility pull right, and that's going to float this element to the right. Okay, and for this for the first one we can just say u-pull-left. Okay, same thing but for the left side. So I can save this and refresh and we get this right here. Alright, so pretty basic. So this will of course mean any text below here, for example text. Alright, saving this will give us this right here. So you can see that the floats have not been cleared, so the text appears next to the first button. So to clear the float we can simply use the utility class .u-cf, and that's going to clear your float. So now your text is going to appear on the next line. Perfect. Okay, so that is all this stuff for floating and things like that. So now we're going to remove all of this code and move over. We're going to move to a 5 and 7 column layout. Alright, so let's make a 5 columns right here, and we can just probably leave the 7 columns blank because we're not going to use it. So inside here we're going to insert an image and then make that full width and then max full width. Alright, so let's just insert a placeholder. So we can just make a new image here, give it a source of HTTPS, and we can just say here via.placeholder.com/250 by 150. So this is a service called placeholder.com, and it's going to generate for you a placeholder image of 250 by 150. Okay, so I can save this and refresh and we get this. So it's actually not taken up the entire width of its container. So it's a 5 column container, and there's more space on the right side here that we can't actually see right now. So let's add a background color to the div here. Let's say background of blue, so we can actually see where the columns end. So we get this right here. So there's space here that this image could potentially take up. Okay, so if you want to expand the image, you simply add the u full width class. Okay, so we're going to go into the image here. We're going to say class u-full width, and that's going to make the width 100% on the image down here, and also make the box sizing as border box. Okay, so I can save this and refresh and we get this right here. Okay, so if this was a smaller image, for example a 100 by 150, it now becomes blurry. Okay, so if you want to make sure the image stays at its minimum possible width where it's not actually blurry, but also expand when needed, or contract when needed, you can use the u-max full width class. Okay, so if I change this to u and then max full width, now it's going to say, okay, the max width is 100%, which means it can stay at the smaller size. Okay, so that's of course useful when you would like to, keep the original dimensions of the image without actually expanding it. Okay, so back to 250, we get this. Now, if I was to resize the page, we can see that the image is going to resize with the container as it grows smaller. That's due to, once again, the max width CSS property. Okay, and just for the sake of example, if I was to get rid of this class here, okay, and then save this and refresh, we can see that it's actually going over its container. And if I was to make this the browser smaller, it goes over. Okay, and adding that class is going to, of course, remove that problem. Okay, so I'll just add the class one more time. So we'll say umax for width. Okay, and we get this result right here. All right, and that is the 5 utility classes in Skeleton. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.